What's up, guys? This is the first ever David and Connor podcast. So most people struggle with relationships, school, communication, even just making mistakes. And we are just going to be talking about everything that has to do with being teenagers in like this sort of social media era. So that people could be more informed about what life is really like, because everyone's like, oh, like social media is destroying our society, blah 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 blah, this and that, and I just really want to spread our opinions on it. So yeah, first off, we're just gonna introduce ourselves. I'm David. This is Connor. And yeah, you can
okay,
take it off from here.
Man, this is actually crazy. It's like almost 5 a.m. I can't believe this. Like, me and David and we have been talking about making a podcast for like years now. I don't know. I always grew up like watching fucking freaking. Can
yeah, you just say whatever you want.
Like Good Mythical Morning. Like now I watch like No Jumper. All these podcasts, but like it's actually happening. It's pretty weird. So yeah,
all right, I'm gonna just introduce myself, what I like to do, like my passions. There are a few things that really pops out when someone says the word passions to me. And that is music. Music has been a huge part of my life. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been singing like my heart out. At some point, I kind of lost it. I kind of felt like I fell off of music in general, but like after coming back to it, after writing pages and pages in notebooks, trying to find myself really, which is going to be the topic of this podcast. I don't know, I just kind of fell off of music, and then when I came back to trying to find out who I am, music is one of the first things that came up to my mind. Also, like for sports wise, I was never really a sports kid. So I also did skateboarding a lot. It helped me through a very tough time in my life. And let's see if I can find a third one. Third one would be content creating. So I've been creating content on YouTube. I have videos of me doing magic tricks under like a camera when I was like 8 years old. So I feel like creating content has been in my blood for like the longest time, and I'm just trying to drag Connor along.
Yeah, I've been in a couple Minecraft. Skyblock. All right, for me, like basically, we pretty much have the same passion. Like you have a stronger passion for music.
Yeah.
But like,
it's all
course,
like on
music,
the art side.
Music,
Yeah.
Music has like a big part of my life too. Like
when you think about something you're gonna do that you would like to do for your entire life, then it's like people ask this question all the time. They're like, what would you do if you were to do one thing for your entire life? And the fact of the matter is, like, humans are not made to do one thing for the rest of their life. Like, sure, if you can find one thing that you would enjoy doing for the rest of your life, then that's great. Then do that one thing. But for the most part, people are dimensional. This is the reason I kind of fell off of music. I was like, oh, I love music. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. And then I've been doing music. And then it kind of fell off, and I fell off, and then I lost who I was. And then I had to refine myself through skateboarding, and then through contemplating who I really was. And then it's more of like a mixture of a few different things that you're passionate about. Not just like just a one thing and then that's that. So like if you were to think about what's your passion, like what you really enjoy doing, like just switching between them every now and then, whether it's that like playing games or drawing or whatever,
you know,
like what would that be for you?
Okay, for me it would be art for sure, like drawing, painting. But I was gonna say, like, once you like have a passion for something, like for you, music, and you want to make it like a career, like a job, like it's hard because you have to
Yeah, it's like it's like at one point you kind of
like your passion becomes into like work, and you start losing that passion.
It's like instead of doing it for
fun.
the reason that you do it for, of like expressing yourself, it starts turning into like a thing of, oh, I'm doing this because I have to make a paycheck. I'm doing this because blah blah blah. I'm doing this blah blah blah. Right? So I don't know. That's weird. So the topic of this whole podcast is just going to be purely around finding yourself. Like, truly, I don't even think I found myself fully. Like, I don't even think Connor knows who he is fully. Course. And I don't think anybody truly knows who they are, except like in like a minuscule few. And that also comes with age, but that also comes with a lot of thinking and a lot of doing. Because once you do something and you fall off of it, then maybe you're not meant to do it, or maybe you are meant to do it. It's just you've overexhausted yourself and you just have to, like get back into it. Right. And that's what I feel like it is, because I can connect this to creating content actually. Because I've created like my first pieces of content when I was like 7 or 8 years old, of like using the family camcorder, just because like everyone on YouTube was like super inspirational or whatever, and I looked up to them. So then it's like I created a few videos and then I stopped for a long time. I created a few videos, stopped for a long time, and then created a few videos. So it's like I keep coming back. And I feel like to this one thing.
When you stop and then you come back again, it's like more powerful almost.
Yeah, like the drive, it gets stronger. Yeah. But I don't know, it was such a weird experience for me, because when I fell off of like my initial Minecraft channel, which was the biggest channel I've had in my life by far, for like 500 subscribers, like it was just so weird, because I lost interest in making these Minecraft videos. And then I felt like I still had to make these Minecraft videos because my channel was based around Minecraft. Back then, I didn't know that it was possible, air quotes, for you to have multiple interests in multiple different things. Because what I've been told throughout like my whole like life, it's a short life, like 10 years old, right? You only live for 10 years. But for me, it was like people kept banging on you saying, find that one passionate thing you're passionate for and then do that for your entire life. And I was like, for sure, it's Minecraft. That's what I'm going to do for my entire life. And then I started playing Minecraft, and then there comes a point where I'm like, oh shit, I don't think this is fun anymore. Like, my life is going down in a hellhole. And thinking back at this now, it's the funniest thing ever, especially for people who are like 30 or 40, because I'm like 12 and I'm saying like, yo, my life is over because I'm not interested in my passion anymore. So I feel like just people have to be aware of knowing that you can do multiple things, and those multiple things can be your passion. It doesn't just have to be the one thing that you have to be passionate for. So tying back into the whole topic of everything, it's like finding yourself, find the few things you really, really enjoy doing, and like don't let anyone stop you, whether that's 2 things or whether that's like 6 things that are like off the charts for you. You can do them nonstop. Just, you can juggle them. If it's too much work, then it's too much work. If it's not too much work, then like make it happen. Tell me more about your journey of finding yourself, because I don't think you've truly found yourself. I haven't, like, I feel like you don't even know who you are, because I don't even know who you are.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel like you don't know me?
No, well, I know you, obviously. Like, I know you as a friend.
But not like deep.
But not like deep. Like, like in my mind, like it's ingrained. Like I can see it clearly. I can be like what I'm meant to do, what I enjoy doing the most in a general sort of context would be creating something and then putting it out there. But like for you, it's like I don't know, you're kind of somewhat introverted, somewhat extroverted, right? So like I don't really know what would be your views on kind of trying to find yourself. What was your journey like?
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm just trying a bunch of different things. Like,
Yeah.
Like I've been drawing, like, since I was born, pretty much. And I just like been continuing that because it's what I love. But like I've been trying other things. Not really. No, I haven't. I just like like,
no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
That's all you gotta say. You've been trying different things. What are the different things you've been trying?
No, I haven't been trying.
You haven't been trying different things. Okay, so for your top, like, just help me understand, like, what it is that. Okay, help me understand what it is you're struggling to do when it comes to just figuring out, like, what it is that makes you tick.
Okay, well, I know it's drawing, but the thing is, like, there's so many different categories like art fits into. Like, I don't know if I want to do graphic design in my future.
Okay. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Freaking advertising. Like, there's so many. Like, I want to eventually go to an art school.
But like, okay, do you know what sort of medium you want to go into? Like,
No.
do you want to do like a digital medium, like a paper, like painting?
That's what I meant by like trying different things. Like, it's all art, but
yeah.
I'm trying different types of art.
I don't know. Well, for me, art has always kind of been there because we've been best friends ever since like elementary school, right? And drawing, it was kind of just like a fun thing to do for me because I was a lot better than the average in our classroom, right? And you were a lot better than the average in our classroom in drawing wise. So for me, I kind of just, I stuck with it. I stuck with what I knew and I didn't progress anymore because I'm like, if this is enough to impress people, then that's all I need.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I don't know.
I can still relate to that.
On a scale of 1 to 100, like a percentage wise, how much do you think you know yourself? Percentage wise.
80. No, probably lower than that. So I would 60, 70. Okay, the problem that like I'm facing, really, it's like, it's not about me. It's, I don't know a lot about like what's going on around me. Pretty much, like,
yeah,
like I don't know like what the future is gonna be like. I don't know what going to college, university, like,
and that's
what type of
that's like a given for the most part. It's like life is exotic like that. Like, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
there's a lot of different things when it comes to like finding yourself, and there's a lot of different like routes that take you to where you are today. So you find yourself through relationships.
Okay.
You find yourself through like things you do in school. You find yourself through like talking to others. You find yourself through the mistakes you make. So
how did you find yourself?
Well, really, I think, okay, when you ask that question, I was a little bit like, I don't know where to look, but then it came to me right away, and I know exactly what made me me to the day to what I am today.
Okay, what?
That was, okay, you have to take this in. Like, I'm only 19 years old, right? And to a lot of people, that seems like a very small amount of time to learn something, to do something, to have that sort of experience. But for me, it was like first love relationship. And
Really?
like, yeah.
Okay.
First love. Like, first, like, true, like, holy shit, I'm in love. Like, I'm gonna marry this girl till, like, I die or whatever, right? As, like, a naive, like, 17-year-old kid, right?
Okay.
So for me, it was like, it was so weird. Like, I literally gave up everything. This is how I found out who I was. I gave up everything I was to this girl, and then after, like, we split up, I found myself in a situation where I literally didn't have anything left for myself. Like, we broke up, everything was done and over with. I found myself in a situation where I had like $40 in my wallet, and I had no idea what to do with my money, because all I did was I gave it to her. Right? All I did was give it to her. So this is how I feel right now. I still feel this to the very day, that I already have everything that I need. I already have everything that I want. I literally just want to give all my shit away. To just yesterday, I bought like a headset for my best friend, and that's not even bragging rights. That's just because I am who I am. And like, I bought this guy a pair of like $300 Jordans, and that's not even bragging. Like, sure, it sounds like I'm bragging about it, but for me, it's like I'm giving to people that I truly care about. And it's not like, oh yeah, I bought this guy a $500 pair of the Jordans, right? It's not like that. It's not like I go out to all my friends and I say, oh, I did this for this person, what did you do to that person? Like, it's not like that. It's genuinely just I like, it's so weird. I genuinely have an interest in the person. I like, they genuinely added value in my life, and I really just want to give back to them because I feel like I already have what I need. Okay, I'll just that's it.
Okay, I just want to say, like, I remember that day when you broke up with your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
It might have been the same day or a couple of days after.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Yo, like, I have all this money. Like, what do I do? Like, you want to go get pizza or something? Like, we literally went and got pizza, and like, I felt so bad about it. Like,
yeah,
I don't like people spending money on me. Like, even if it's like going to Tim Hortons, getting a coffee, it's like, I feel like I have to pay them back. Like, literally, I have a friend.
Yeah.
Like, he bought something for me. I was supposed to pay him back, and I haven't worked in like a couple weeks. So it's like, I didn't have money, and I just felt so bad. Like I didn't have the money to give him, and his birthday like just passed. So I'm like, okay, I have like $12 on my bank account. Like, like, I gave it to him because like I couldn't take it anymore. Like, it was stressing me out. And like, yeah, like I still owe him that $3. But yeah, I feel like I know what you're saying in a sense. Like, honestly, I was thinking today. I was thinking about this, like, why like you do that for other people. Yeah. And I feel like
it connects.
It doesn't really connect. I feel like you have like your life pretty much figured out.
Yeah.
In a sense.
In a sense.
And like, when you're not gonna be worrying about like, okay, I don't know, like, you're gonna remember like that stuff, like buying me shoes, like, you're just not gonna forget about it. But it's like, you're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
And like honestly, like seeing that, like buying your friend a headset, it's like,
Yeah.
like damn, like I wanna start giving to people. Like,
Yeah. It's sort of like inspirational in a sense,
yeah,
motivational in a sense. But
because like, okay, my girlfriend, she does a lot for me. Like,
yeah.
I feel so bad when like she pays. Like sometimes, honestly, she has to pay for my food or like split the bill of dates or whatever. It's like I don't like. I just don't like that. Like for me, it's like I don't know. I feel like I should be like doing
That you
more.
should be giving. Well, you can only give with what you have. And if it's like you don't have anything to give, then that's where sort of the problem comes in, right? Because when I was in my relationship, I felt like I didn't even have anything, right? And I was still giving, right? So then to break off with giving absolutely nothing, like me feeling like I was giving absolutely like nothing, and then ending up in a situation where I have everything to myself, like I don't know, I just like the way I felt, I was like, I feel selfish. Like I have all of this stuff and I feel so selfish. Like this is all for me, right? And I was like, that's not what it is. What here's an interesting situation that I've been in. So there's a really big problem when it comes to being a very enthusiastic giver to the level that I am at right now. And that is, you come off way too strong to new people. And especially if you're trying to get in a relationship with somebody, it becomes even more of a problem. And so I'll just explain what happened. It's like I really like this girl. Basically, there was this girl that we had a lot of things in common with, and I really liked her, but I also really wanted to support her and what she was doing. So we were still friends at the time. We didn't really get together at all anyways. But I gave her I gave her a lot of things actually, because I really truly supported her and what she was doing. And then it came to a point where I may have said a few things that kind of flipped the scripts, and then she said, I don't see you the same. And it literally, like, it didn't, I didn't burst into tears or anything, but it's like you literally, from that point, you literally can't do anything. And I don't even understand till, like, I don't even know to this day if she thinks that I did those things because I wanted to, like, basically take advantage, or if I did those things out of heart, which is what I did truly do. So going back to the whole inquiring about relationship things and giving, it's like I gave too much to this person and then pulled the wrong string, and then that pulled all the trust and everything I have done previously out of the question, you know? And it's such a, it's very helpless. It's a very helpless situation where it's like you can't, once someone says to you, like, I don't see you the same.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing.
Like, you have
Literally,
no control anymore.
you can say anything, and it feels like everything is a lie, right? So from there, I literally just cut it off. I just stopped talking because there's nothing I can do about it, and I still wish her like the best of luck in life and everything, but like from until she inquires about it and is actually curious about what truly happened and what was going on through my mind then, there's nothing. It's out of my hands.
Okay, that's interesting.
Like, I can't do anything.
That's
So that's what I would say is the bad side of being such a giver.
So you'd say that's something that like had a big role in finding yourself?
That's something that defined me. It's not something that I found myself because of this. It's something that defined me. It's something that defines me. Pretty much. It's something that defines me to this day, and it's something I believe that will define me for the rest of my life, because it was such a traumatic experience.
Okay, it's like pretty much the opposite for me. So
okay,
like I've had like I'd say 3 relationships in my whole life. Some of them were like maybe more, maybe less, but yeah. So my first couple of relationships was like it didn't really feel like anything. Like, it wasn't like love. It's like I'm just with them, you know. Like, they didn't really help me with anything I was struggling with. Like, there was honestly no point of being together. Like, I know, like it's the truth. Like, I wouldn't. Okay, my current girlfriend right now helped me. As soon as I met her, it's like I started looking at life differently. Like, before her, I was doing like a lot of things I shouldn't be. Like, I was like just going down the wrong path. Like, what I said earlier about school and like art. Yeah. Like it was really bad. Like, I didn't care about my life at all, honestly. Like, but I met this girl, and it's like she helped me through so much. Like
everything flipped.
Yeah.
Like 180.
Yeah. Like, it's actually amazing. Like, because before, I don't know. It's like, what's the point here?
Okay, you were saying you had these relationships. You were being like, you weren't good, and then you met this one person. You said your situation is the opposite of my situation, where I was like, I give way too much, and then this is what happened. Or this is why I give too much, and then this is also why giving too much is bad. And then you said it's the opposite for you. Not really, like, so is giving sense. Like, is it the like fact you that take too much, or
that you went through a breakup and it helped you find yourself?
Yeah, it defined me.
For me, meeting this girl helped me find myself. Like, an example would be like,
oh yeah, I see what you mean. So it's like for me, breaking up with this person defined me, but for you, it's like finding this person defined you.
In a sense,
or like it's at least helped you, like played a part in finding out who you are.
Yeah, she doesn't know this, but like, like, it's not her directly that's like telling me stuff to do to fix my life. It's just like being with her. It's like okay. Like,
yeah, just having her as like a main influence.
Yeah, like
somebody to look up to. Like, it's not one of those things where it's like this person tells you everything to do. It's this person does the things that you've never seen anyone do before, and then in turn makes you like monkey see monkey do. It makes you do the same thing, right?
Pretty much like what we were talking about the other day about inputs.
Yeah.
Why we should talk about that.
Well, okay. I think that would be one for like another podcast. Okay. Like, what was the point that you knew that you were changing?
Pretty much as like the first month we started dating. We've been dating for like over a year and a half, but like the first month, like the people I hung around with, my friends, like they're not like into good things. Like,
okay, yeah, like they're into drugs, they're into partying, they're into alcohol.
Yeah, it's not like illegal things. It's just like they're not benefiting me in any way. Yeah. So like when I met her, like we started hanging out more, talking more, and it's like everything just changed. Like I stopped like relying on my friends and like looking up to them because they weren't the best influence for me. But like when I met her, it's like, okay, like school is my number one priority. Art is something I want to do. I need to keep doing that. Like I just cut a lot of bad things out of my life, like, and I just focused on me and started like loving myself so much more.
Is there anything like I would say like more personal, like physical sort of mistakes, like when I think of mistake, I think of like when I think of learning from your mistakes, I think of someone like tripping and then learning not to trip.
Okay.
Right. So like what is there anything that had happened to you and then you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't do that, and then you learn not to trip? Like you learned from the mistake.
That happened, but it's not like a big problem that I have. Like like of course like first time, like first interview, job interview, it's like that went terrible, but like second time it's like, okay, I got this, no problem, get the job. Like it's not anything like life changing like that. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like the biggest mistake I've made, and is like the reason I still am like this today, is going back to school. I feel like school, it's always been a problem, like I said. But one of the mistakes I've made, and I wish I can change, is like from day one, like grade 1, like all of that. Like I wish
that's funny.
I wish like I had more commitment, like because since the beginning it was like.
Okay, the reason I'm laughing is because we grew up together and we have the same habits, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So basically, Connor and I would be like the sort of the class clowns of the class. Pretty much, right? Like, it was, I don't know. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was Connor, but for the most part, we were like, we would always be disturbing the class. Mostly Connor, but I would jump in there.
Honestly, I don't remember that.
No, yeah, like I felt like you and me were class clowns because I don't know. I just felt it, right?
Like
and
for example,
we had the same. Okay,
remember?
Wait. Let me just get to this point first. I was just gonna be like, so since I grew up with you, since we were best friends and we have the same habits, I can relate to that. As in, we both never did our homework, and we both got sort of yelled at for not doing our homework. And we both still didn't do our homework afterwards.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is like from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's been like that, and I just like I wish I could have changed that. So maybe like who I am today through high school, I could have done so much better. Got into university easy if I wanted to, but yeah, it's not like that, unfortunately.
Well, like college and university is more for like an advanced sort of, like you go to university if you want to become a doctor or a lawyer. You go to college if you want to become like a construction worker.
Yeah, but
or something like, or like
maybe
like a businessman or something. It's like an account, working in an accounting firm. But since you're going into something like art is
Yeah.
such a creative process, and school is such an anti-creative space where, okay, sure, you have art class and stuff like that, but they still contain you in what you can and can't do. School is such a place where it sucks out all the creativity. So in that sort of sense, I feel like it was good that you weren't too focused on school compared to other students, and it's good that instead you were just trying to figure out like what to do and what you enjoy doing, which is drawing.
Okay. Yeah, like
and art.
it is a good thing. Like I'm happy with like what I am today, but maybe like if I stayed in school, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like maybe if I just like committed myself more, like I could have like been a doctor. That could have been one of my dreams. I wanted to be a lawyer. Like that's one of probably the main mistake that I made in my life.
Commitments, and then that's just so what, how does it, and then that makes you the way you are today because
like I feel like I would have known myself a lot better if I knew what I wanted. Like say if I had a
if you had,
subject
like,
that
a
I
clear...
liked, like of course my favorite subject was arts, but like say I was good, like really good in science or something, I wanted to be a scientist or an astronaut or something like that. Like
things are always easier once you know the destination. Right? It's like if you tell a person to walk in a straight line and you throw a chair in front of them, they'll stop. But if you tell a person to walk to the corner of the room and you throw a chair in front of them, they'll walk around the chair. Right? So it's like if you're going straight, not knowing what your destination is, if you have an obstacle, you're going to stop at the obstacle. If you already know your destination, then from there, the obstacles, you just have to go around them. Right? So it's always easier if you're like, oh, I know for sure I'm going to become a lawyer. Oh, I know for sure I'm going to become a fireman. Because from there, you just work on it. But like that's what comes with trying to find yourself. You're never given a destination of you, right? You're never given the destination of you. You can only like sort of picture something you are, or like a similar image, like someone you look up to, like a role model, and place them in a place of being the destination, and only come so close to that. But yeah, that's what makes finding yourself so hard, is that there's no destination. It's always just the journey. So it's like the obstacles, you have to feel whether you want to go around the obstacle and go this way, go like left, or if you feel to go around the obstacle going right. So the obstacle would be like the regular things that come in through life, and it's like the way you feel is the way you feel, and then that brings you to your destination, and then that is who you are.
Okay, that's a good analogy, actually.
Yeah.
I like that. David always has good analogies.
Yeah.
What's an obstacle that you feel like you had to get through?
Okay, I like this question, but no obstacle came in mind right away. Obstacle that came in mind. And a really big obstacle that came in my way, going back to creating content and being like a Minecraft YouTuber, was realizing, well, I didn't even realize it at that point. The biggest obstacle for me was finding out that I wasn't happy with what I thought I was gonna do for the rest of my life. Right? So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do Minecraft, blah 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 blah. And then I found out I was unhappy, and I couldn't even bear making a Minecraft video. Like, I would start off, hey, what is up, guys? With me and Tentalta here, blah 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 blah. And by the end of the video, I would be like completely monotone, and like it wouldn't be fun to edit. It wouldn't be fun to watch. It wouldn't be fun for anybody, right? So I would say that would be one of my biggest obstacles, as in like it's just like the journey to find yourself. It's like it was literally the obstacle of like losing interest in something, and then not having a backup plan.
Like, you knew you wanted to be a creator.
I didn't know I wanted to be a creator.
And
I was just like, okay, I love making these Minecraft videos, and in the past I loved making videos in general. So to your point of it wasn't really an obstacle, it wasn't like you had to perform for 500 people, because I had 500 subscribers at the time, right? And I still have 500 subscribers right now, so it's really not, these stories are really not too far off. But like, I felt like I had to do it, you know? Like, sure, for you it probably wasn't really that big of an obstacle, but let's say you had a YouTube channel based around art and you had 500 subscribers compared to all your friends who only had like 100. So then I was like, oh shit, like I have a reputation to uphold. I need to make these videos. And then I lost interest in it, and I didn't know that it was okay to lose interest in something, which is why it was an obstacle. And I just got around that obstacle a few months ago, like 1 or 2 months ago, probably even this month.
Yeah, like I can't even think of anything that I've been interested in like nonstop.
Yeah.
Like what for? Minecraft. Like, we just started playing that again.
Yeah.
Right.
We just got into Minecraft again.
And like, even before, like what? It's been a month or two since like we started, and like there's been times it's like we used to play every day, every night, and
every single day.
And then like we just go on for like 30 minutes, and then like we wouldn't go on, and then it's like, oh shit, Minecraft. Like,
I remember, like, okay, we played this game called Factions, right? And in Factions you create a base, but people can also like try to use TNT to get inside your base. So there's this block in Minecraft called obsidian, and it literally takes it takes 10 seconds to mine, like 10 in real life seconds to mine obsidian. And I would mine stacks of obsidian, so 64 blocks. That's 640 seconds, times that by like 8 or 9. Like, that's just give you an idea of how much time we really spent on the game. That may not seem like a lot, but being a kid in like elementary school playing Minecraft every single day after school, that's a lot of time being wasted. So yeah. Okay, what were you saying?
It is okay to get bored of things. Everyone gets
bored.
Yeah.
We eventually fell off of Minecraft. We eventually lost interest in Minecraft.
Or any game, like what other games have you played?
So I recently started playing Minecraft again, right?
Both of us, yeah.
And both of us started recently playing Minecraft again. And since I know now that it's okay to lose interest in something, and since I know now it's okay to lose interest in something, and since I know now that like all I really have to do is speak my truth, I don't have to show some sort of persona, I don't have to uphold any sort of reputation, because at the end of the day I am me, and I'm never going and if someone chooses to follow me, then they could follow me. If someone chooses not to follow me, then they don't have to follow me. But I'm not going to put a persona up anymore. And that's what's making like recording Minecraft again more enjoyable, is I actually get to be me, and even if I lose interest, I won't care.
Even if you lose interest, you won't care?
Yeah, no, even if I lose interest in Minecraft, even though I'm recording Minecraft videos again right now, it won't be a burden to me, as big as a burden to me at least, as it was before. Because on my Intense Delta channel, I created like a few vlogs here and there. I created like a few tech videos here and there. And I have a few thousand views on like a video about a MacBook. And I'm like I'm always going to be interested in tech. Sometimes I'll fall out of Minecraft, but now that I know that's okay, it's like there's nothing holding me back. Yeah. Right? There's nothing
like
that's
if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, well, before Minecraft, we were playing League of Legends. Before, like, we were doing a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even realize we stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing. Now we're just playing Minecraft. Like, just gonna be another thing.
Yeah.
That we're interested in, and that's gonna fall out eventually too.
And then yeah. So I feel like that's a really, like, I'm impressed with myself right now. Like, I truly am. Like, with the topic of trying to find yourself, knowing that it's okay to lose interest in something, especially if you have a following, knowing that that's okay is one of the most relieving things for me. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's such a relief, especially now with social media. There's like girls who post pictures of themselves of like, and then they have captions talking about this thing, talking about that thing, or like even guys who have Instagrams and a huge following, and they always talk on Snapchat or however they choose to use social media. It's like, if they lose interest in something and they don't know that it's going to be okay that they lost interest in it, then that will cause a huge burden in their life, because you feel that you have to uphold a reputation that you created, and then you feel like you don't even have control of it anymore. It's a really weird thing. It's really weird.
Yeah, like my school is kind of like an art based school. Like every day in the morning, we would have to draw something in our book, right? It's like there's times I was super into it, like for weeks. Like, I would draw the nicest things, and then like after, it's like I'm like searching on like Pinterest or the internet for hours. Like, I don't even know, like none of this just pops up to me. Like like there's times it's like yeah, I feel like I have to do it.
Yeah, it feels like it's not okay to lose interest in it. But in reality, like, if you know it's okay, then you can do it.
I had a great teacher that, like, she was super supportive about that too. It's like, you know what, like, if you don't feel like drawing today, you can like go paint something. Like, just do whatever you want. Like, do something you like doing. Like, my teacher was like that.
For me, I had a similar experience when I moved schools to finish my last year of high school. I took art, grade 12 art, and this teacher literally let you do anything you wanted, and I didn't even know there were any sort of instructions in the class.
Yeah.
Like, so you walked into class and you do whatever. It wasn't even like you have to draw in your notebook. It was like, do whatever you want. I was on my phone for that whole class. And the teacher was literally crazy. Like, a random day out of the week, she'd be like, what are you working on? Where's your notebook? why aren't you drawing? Right? What project are you working on? And I'm like, you've never even gave me one instruction on to do something, and now you're nagging me because I'm not doing anything, even though I haven't been doing anything for the past 3 months.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay, I don't know what point I was trying to get at, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Like, I had a teacher like that, and sometimes it's not even I lost interest in anything. It's just that being in a situation where being in a situation like school where you're supposed to be told what to do and you're not being told to do anything. It's a weird dynamic because it doesn't make any sense. And then once you're being told what to do, once you're being told what's supposed to happen happens, it's like, why is this happening? Because it hasn't been happening for the past 3 months. I don't know. It's really weird.
Also, like, when you're being told to do something and you feel like you have to do it,
you get defensive.
It's like it's
you sort of fight back in a way mentally. You're like, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of posts where it's like, going to clean your room, mom tells you to clean your room, doesn't clean room. Like, once you get told to do something, there's some sort of like defense mechanism that goes on because everyone has too much ego tied up in them, and then they're like, oh, I'll do whatever I want to do. I'm not gonna clean my room because you told me to. I'm gonna clean my room because I want to. Right? Yeah. And it's like, once someone tells you to do it, it like defeats the whole mood. And then you just become super defensive about it. So I don't know how to tackle that. Like, I still don't know what the solution to that would be. But like, honestly, the solution to that would be just don't care. Like, don't care about anything. Do whatever you want to do.
I mean, that's not always the
yeah, but school. if you think about it, if it's going back to that meme I was talking about, if it's like going to clean your room, mom tells you to clean your room, and then doesn't clean room. If you were just gonna clean your room anyway, your mom tells you to clean your room, and you don't care about what she thinks, you clean your room anyway, and then it's like, oh, good job because you did what I told you to do. You could just be like, I know in my mind that I did it because I wanted to do it. And then same thing with, if you were to apply this in school, if you were doing your work anyway, and then the teacher's like, do these questions, right? But you're doing your work anyway, just don't even care about the work, do the work, and then if you get congratulated for it, it doesn't even matter because you already know that you're gonna do it anyway. Like, just don't take the congratulations, don't take the appraisal. Just ignore the appraisal, because really the appraisal is a bragging of the authority of the person that told you what to do,
Okay, when you said appraisal,
yeah,
it started to like make me think.
It's like I hate it. Like, it sounds, if it's like, oh, good job, you did that, if anything, it's more of like a mocking thing. Like, I told you to do this, you did it.
I don't feel like, wow, I don't think that. It's like that, yeah. But think of it as like,
it could come off as that way.
Okay, like, your kid takes the first steps, or like,
well, a kid is a kid, like, okay,
yeah, it's different, okay. But
it's different.
Like, appraising your kid like that, like, so like, yeah, an example, like your kid walks for the first time, and it's like, oh my gosh, you did it, like, congratulations. Okay, actually, I don't know. This isn't the best. Yeah,
it's not analogy. Like it's not okay.
But like, What's a different analogy? Because I have a good point. Like okay, what I'm trying to say is like like appraising your kid, like congratulating them for something, like
it's
say
a good thing.
Say
right?
No, I feel like it isn't a good thing.
It isn't a good thing.
Like of course sometimes like you need to do that.
Yeah.
But like for me, my parents at least, like like they're always like, oh my gosh, like I'm so proud of you, Connor, and like I'm really not that proud of it. It's like like I do my homework.
It makes
and
you
my mom,
feel even shittier.
My parents are like yeah, like good job, like
see,
do you feel like you don't deserve it, and or like you feel like you do deserve it maybe, and it's like
okay,
like you don't really need to work as hard. So
here's something that I learned from Gary Vaynerchuk. He's like it's like social media. He has his own brand, influencer, blah blah blah. He says people are too busy. Like people get appraised and people get 8th place trophies, and then he's like, what his opinions on that are, like there shouldn't be any sort of thing as participation medals. There shouldn't be any sort of thing as 8th place trophies, because once you understand that the world is binary and it's only a set of ones and zeros, and it's either you win or you lose, then you realize if you're not winning, then you're losing. And then if you get appraised and acting like people acting like you won, like yeah you won, but in reality you feel like you lost, that makes you feel even worse. So that makes you feel even worse because you're like, oh, I'm being credited for a win when I feel like I lost, and that makes me feel even worse, and now I don't even want to win.
Yeah, it's like you kind of like, okay, like you can misinterpret it. Like
it gives off the wrong. So it gives
like
off the
everyone
wrong.
Like people who praise you too much is kind of like, it's like, okay, I don't need to try this hard the next time. Then like
it's either you win or you lose. It's either you win or you lose. And then if it's like you didn't even do that well on the test, it's like if you didn't even get perfect on the test, you lost. If you got a 9 out of 10, you lost. You're a loser. If you got 10 out of 10, you won. Congratulations. You're a part of the very few that won. But what you have to realize is that even the small things that people appraise you on, you have to realize for yourself that that's a 0 and not a 1. Right? And that makes you see the world completely differently, because now that we're doing this podcast, this is a win compared to everybody else not doing anything and probably sleeping at this time.
It's 6 a.m.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. in the morning. That's a win. Me making a video compared to everybody else making an Instagram post or even sitting on their couch, that's a win for me. Me making a video, me making another video back to back, that's another win. But it's an accumulation of all those wins that builds up to a point where you get noticed, or it's the like, but losses are always going to be losses. Losses are always going to be there, right? It's the wins that matter, right?
You think that's a good thing though, that like how you said the world is binary, wins, loses? Yeah,
it's completely like it should be a real thing. Cuz look, if we half-assed this podcast compared to what we've done an hour of talking as of now, like we would be appraised for third place when we could have done like a way better job. Right? Like if it's like,
so it's
like,
you're saying,
okay, imagine this. We half-assed this. We stopped it at 20 minutes. We uploaded it knowing that we didn't do the best we could. And then people were like, good job on your podcast.
Yeah. And you,
like you don't, like, it's not good. It makes me feel like I literally just slapped this together I slapped a piece of cheese between two pieces of bread and people called it a grilled cheese. I didn't even grill it. It's a weird analogy, but like the win is the whole grilled cheese that's nice and warm with the melted cheese, and then people are saying,
good job.
oh, good job on making your grilled cheese, when it's literally two pieces of bread and a piece of cheese that isn't even melted. Yeah, people and then people start becoming delusional, like oh yeah, I made a grilled cheese sandwich. I can, like, I made one. Have you made one? Have you made one before? And then they start become delusional. They start saying things that aren't actually true. Right? So you have to realize your wins. You have to realize what it means to be delusional. You have to realize what it means to be a loser, and you have to realize that if you aren't doing anything, you're a loser. It's a really blunt way of putting it, but if you aren't winning, you're losing. If you're not going up, you're going down.
Yeah. And
if you're not improving,
you have to know when you're losing, because like if you don't know, then it's like you can literally do nothing all day, and then people will treat it as a win, and you feel like it's okay.
That's exactly what
not gonna get anywhere.
That's exactly what delusion is. There's a lot of delusion in kids today. Like, oh, I have an Instagram account with with 1.2k followers, right? And then it's like, is that really a win? Like, oh yeah, good job, great picture, great post, fire emoji. It's like, that's like, my Instagram sucks. I put work into my pictures. My pictures look good, but I only have like 300 followers. My Instagram is an L. It's a huge L compared to like you. I think you have like 1,000 followers.
Like 800.
Like 800 compared to 300. That's 500 more. Sure, he's not winning, but he sure as hell is doing better than me. But I'm not going to appraise him. I'm not going to be like, oh, look at you. You have this many followers, because that's not a win. A win is like having like millions. A win is having like hundreds of thousands. Yeah. Right? People are like, oh, I have 2,000.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you don't need Instagram for anything, like, like you might need it for your business, but like, for me personally, Instagram is just like somewhere I go to like
to kill time
or like talk to people. But like if I don't have, like, if I had 30 followers instead of 800, like I wouldn't care. Like, I would accept that I lost. Yeah. But like, if it's something like,
if you're working on something, if you're trying to actively build, like if you're trying to become an Instagram model,
yeah,
right, and you have 3,000 followers, that's a lose. If you're trying to become an Instagram model and you have 3,000 followers, only 3,000 on Instagram, there's people on Instagram who have like 100,000, like 100K, and I would say you really have to determine like how far you can take it, because you know that you aren't doing as much work as you can be doing to be better than everyone else. Okay, this is like a super
long.
This is like a super long tangent, but let's wrap off this tangent by saying like you have to start realizing that you have to start realizing that things in this world are either you win or you lose. And if you aren't winning, you're losing. If you're not doing the work to win, then you're losing. So with that comes like knowing who you are, like knowing what you need to do to excel at your craft, and also knowing like it also comes through the process of finding yourself, right? I don't know. I just tried to tie that in, but I couldn't put it into words. Once you realize the wins in life that you are doing for yourself, that will help you find yourself. And once you realize that the losses you're doing and everything you're losing at sucks and you could be doing better, that helps you find yourself. It helps you like realize, oh, I got a praise for this and I don't even deserve it, right? So that shouldn't even like be a happy thought in your mind. You shouldn't even be able to talk about it or even brag about it or even talk about it, right? Like people are delusional. So once you realize that the things you're doing suck, like I realized for myself that all my social media platforms are complete L's. But right now I'm working, and although this is a small W, I still have a big L, right? And I'm just trying to get those small wins so I can get the big win in the end.
What's your definition of delusional?
Of delusion?
Yeah.
It's like when
you don't know what's real.
Yeah, when you don't know what's real. When you think something is amazing, but it isn't. Like, I was delusional when I had 500 subscribers because I thought I won.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I made $50 off of YouTube ad revenue, and I bragged about that to my friends to see my friends surpass me because their videos went viral, and now they have thousands of subscribers and I still only have 500 with a Minecraft channel that I haven't uploaded a Minecraft video on for years. Like, I was delusional. I said I won when in reality it wasn't even scratching the surface to winning, right? And then I bragged about it. I was like, I'm so good. And then I come to the realization of like, oh shit, where do I go now? I don't even upload videos. Right? That's delusion, where I thought I won. I thought I won because I made $50 and I had a instant gratification. But in reality, like, that's not even scratching the surface.
Damn.
You know? That makes sense?
Okay, how can we wrap this
up? This is my specialty. All right, yo. That's going to be it for episode 1 of the David and Connor podcast.
What are we calling this?
Let's just call it the David and Connor podcast for now. We'll think of the name later. But if you guys liked it, please be sure to follow us on everything. Follow us on SoundCloud, which is probably where this is going to be uploaded, just as a podcast, just to start out. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I am _David B. And then you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I am _David B. And you can follow Connor on his Instagram, which is Connor Morris _ I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, how do you know that and I don't?
Connor Morris _
Okay.
And that's it. A lot of work went into making this podcast. This is our very first podcast, so if you did appreciate it, please be sure to give us some feedback in the comments below or in the comment section of wherever you can give us feedback from, and I'll be sure to reply and hopefully improve our organizing and planning and editing of our podcast. Okay?
Goodbye.
That's it, and we'll see you in the next
Connor
and David podcast show.
ASMR.
All right, that's a wrap. Jeez, that was crazy. Now here comes the fun part, the editing.
That's a lot to edit. What is that, like 2 hours?
Yeah.